Hi everyone, it's Miss Shakimia here, and I'm ready to do some more learning with you. Today, we are going to revisit The Lion and the Mouse, describe both characters, and then explain how their actions contribute to the events that take place in the story. Remind me, what are character traits? That's right, character traits are the descriptive words that help us better understand the characters in a story. Remember that we want to focus on who the characters are on the inside, rather than what they look like on the outside. Let's do a quick refresher. This is my friend Amy. If I said that Amy is very kind, am I describing what she looks like on the outside or who she is on the inside? Right. I am describing who she is on the inside. What about if I said she has beautiful brown hair? Right again. I am describing what she looks like on the outside. Great, you guys totally understand the difference between outside and inside traits. Additionally, character traits can be considered positive or negative. Positive character traits are usually things that can help others. Negative character traits usually are not very helpful. However, both positive and negative character traits help us to better understand the characters and eventually help us explain how their actions contribute to the sequence of events in a story. I have a few character traits that I want you to help me sort. I'm going to show you a character trait, and I want you to tell me if you think it is positive or negative. If the character trait that I show you is positive, I want you to give me a thumbs up. But if the character trait is negative, give me a thumbs down. Are you ready? Let's begin. Our first character trait is patient. Is patient an inside or outside trait? Right, inside. If someone is patient, they are calm and don't complain. So do you think being patient is positive or negative? I see a lot of thumbs up. That's right, it's mostly considered positive. Next trait, prideful. When someone is prideful, they are proud and act superior. Do you think prideful is a positive or negative trait? I see a lot of thumbs down. That's right, it's mostly considered negative. Our third trait is foolish. When someone is foolish, they are silly or thoughtless, meaning they don't think much. Do you think foolish is a positive or negative trait? I see a lot of thumbs down because it's mostly considered negative. Our final trait is brave. When someone is brave, they are courageous and bold. Do you think brave is a positive or negative trait? I see mostly thumbs up because being brave is generally considered to be positive. To summarize, being patient and brave are positive traits, and being prideful and foolish are negative traits. Understanding both types of traits helps us better understand the character, which then helps us better understand their actions and eventually how their actions contribute to the sequence of events in a story. When we are trying to determine character traits, we always want to revisit the story to look at the character's actions and what they say. Watch me as I read the first paragraph of The Lion and the Mouse to find clues that help me figure out who Lion is on the inside. One beautiful day, Lion lay asleep under a tree, with his mighty head resting on his paws. A shy little mouse was roaming through the forest without a care in the world when she mistakenly scurried over Lion's back. Although Mouse moved swiftly, Lion woke up and captured her in his paw at the speed of light. Lion raised his paw with the very frightened Mouse dangling in the air. "Who dared disturb the mighty king of all while he's resting?" Mouse, trembling with fear, squeaked, "Oh, spare me, King Lion. I was only daydreaming and did not see you sleeping there. I am so terribly sorry," begged the poor mouse. "Please let me go, and someday I will be sure to repay you." Lion was very amused to think that such a tiny creature could ever help him. But he was feeling generous that day and finally let Mouse go. To help determine Lion's character traits, I noticed that in the text, Lion says, "Who dares disturb the mighty king of all while he's resting?" Calling himself the mighty king of all tells me that Lion is very prideful or thinks very highly of himself. I'm going to continue looking back in the text to find more clues about Lion. Lion laughs at Mouse when she says that she will help him one day. I think that's rude and foolish of him because he's laughing at her for being so small. I know that you should never judge a book by its cover. Now I need to think about whether or not Lion's character traits are positive or negative. What do you think? I think you're right. Those traits seem pretty negative to me. It's not very helpful to be prideful, rude, or foolish. I just had an aha moment. Do you mind if I share my thoughts with you? Great. Well, I was just thinking that Lion's character traits are probably the reason that he ended up getting caught in that trap because he put himself above all the other animals in the forest and thought he was invincible or could never be hurt. Now it's your turn. Look for clues, but this time you're going to be trying to figure out Mouse's character traits. We're going to revisit the first paragraph to look for clues. As we're reading, if you notice a clue, give me a thumbs up. Then we're going to share our findings. Are you ready? Let's begin. One beautiful day, Lion lay asleep under a tree with his mighty head resting on his paws. A shy little mouse was roaming through the forest without a care in the world when she mistakenly scurried over Lion's back. Although Mouse moved swiftly, Lion woke up and captured her in his paw at the speed of light. Lion raised his paw with the very frightened Mouse dangling in the air. Who dared disturb the mighty king of all while he's resting? Mouse, trembling with fear, squeaked, "Oh, spare me, King Lion. I was only daydreaming and did not see you sleeping there. I am so terribly sorry," begged the poor mouse. "Please let me go, and someday I will be sure to repay you." Lion was very amused to think that such a tiny creature could ever help him. But he was feeling generous that day and finally let Mouse go. Thanks for reading with me. I see that lots of you found some clues that will help us determine Mouse's character traits. I'm going to share what I noticed in the first paragraph. If you notice the same thing, I want you to flash your fireworks just like this. Here we go. In the first paragraph, you might have noticed that Mouse was shy and helpful. The text says that she was a shy little mouse. Even though she was scared of Lion, she promised to help him one day when he needed it. That's very helpful if you ask me. Did you notice those clues too? Awesome, we're on the right track. Let's keep going and read the next paragraph to find more clues about Mouse. Remember, when you find a clue, give me a thumbs up. Here we go. Days later, while stalking his prey in the forest, the mighty king stumbled upon a trap set by hunters. No matter how much Lion tried, he could not free himself. Feeling extremely frustrated and helpless, he filled the forest with an angry roar. At that very moment, Mouse was out for one of her afternoon strolls through the forest. She immediately knew that voice and made her way to investigate. She quickly found Lion struggling to free himself from the trap. Knowing that she could help, Mouse ran to one of the ropes that bound Lion. She began gnawing it until it unraveled, and soon, Lion was free. "You laughed when I said I would repay you," said Mouse. "Now you see that even a mouse can help a lion." Great reading again. Let's share our findings. Remember, I need to see your fireworks. If you noticed what I did. I noticed that Mouse immediately ran to Lion's rescue and wasn't afraid of the trap. She gnawed through the rope until Lion was freed. That means she's very brave and patient. Do you think that Mouse has positive or negative character traits? I think you're right. I would definitely say that she has very positive traits. How do you think Mouse's character traits impacted the story and the way that it ended? I agree. I think the only reason that Lion was freed from danger is because Mouse was so patient, brave, and helpful. This is evident when she went back to help Lion escape from the trap, even though he had laughed at her in the beginning of the story. Now we see that who the characters are on the inside plays a major role in what happens to them throughout the story. You can use this strategy with any story, not just this one. We reached another goal together. So do you know what that means? That's right, celebration time. On 3, I want you to kiss your brain for working so hard today. 1, 2, 3. Today, we read The Lion and the Mouse, identified character traits specific to each of the main characters, determined if their character traits were positive or negative, and discussed the significance of the traits to the outcome of the story. Wow, we've been pretty busy. I want you to take what you've learned today about character traits and apply it to a different story or even a TV show or movie. I had so much fun learning with you today and cannot wait for our next lesson. Until next time, friends.